Hello, air signs. Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. This is your reading for the 4th of December until the 10th of December. You're on Galactic Soul Healing. My name is Sonia Jane. And yeah, we're going to be looking at some current energies you might be experiencing, as well as some things you may not be aware of, and some guidance from Spirit, also a galactic collective, and some messages from that collective as well. And also if your Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter or Saturn, or your Ascendant, is in any of those signs that I've just mentioned, Libra, Aquarius or Gemini, in your birth chart, then this reading may resonate with you in full or in part. Also, take what resonates and discard the rest. It's always a good thing, and utilize your own intuition as well with these cards. It's always great. And yeah, just letting you know that these readings are not designed to replace the guidance of a wellbeing professional if you feel that's what you are needing at this time. So, without any further ado, let's just cut the deck here. So, current energies for Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. Queen of Swords, very appropriate. Four of Pentacles, Temperance. For some things you may not be aware of, we have the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, the Ten of Swords. Okay, for your spirit guidance, we have the Star, the Empress, wow, and the Hierophant. That is some awesome spirit guidance you've got right there. Okay, let's go through this row by row. We have 3 rows. The top row, we have the Queen of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and the Temperance. So, yeah, currently you, yeah, the cards, the readings today have been a little more chilled. Like your current energy is pretty, like this is quite good current energy. Although, I mean, this card here can be a card of, you know, complacency. Let's talk about this one first. Four of Pentacles. This can be being content with what you have. It can also mean living within your means. It could also mean stagnating or you know, like a bit of a stasis. So in terms of a like not a lot of forward momentum is what this can represent, but it may be a necessary thing to not act with forward momentum at this time. It may be necessary for you, depending on where you are at, to be content with what you have and to hold on to and to protect what you do have, and to be grateful for what you have. And that could well be why Temperance has been placed next to that. If, for instance, you have been, you know, spending excessively or indulging excessively with regard to, you know, your physical well-being or yeah, other things, okay, then Temperance is usually a card of moderation and getting a better balance. It's also like this angelic kind of figure that's obviously come from Spirit, but it's connected to the earth as well. So it's a very earth, angelic balance of higher frequency energies and earth energies. Well, earth energies are high frequency, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. We have the elements here too. We have water, air, earth. And the wings there are almost red, so sort of fiery almost. So it's sort of saying to you know, it's sort of like saying, you know, live your passions, but do it in a way that's holistically beneficial. And of course, there could be other interpretations for this combination as well. We also have the Queen of Swords. She is water and air, so a good blend of heart and mind. She is able to express herself well and able to make decisions as also. So she has a combination of the cloudy sky here representing her life experience, which has not been easy, but the clear sky here represents that she's able to get clarity despite that. And this little bird here is quite interesting how it's placed directly above her head. It's almost like, you know, her higher self. It's like she's in connection with that. Okay. And she's upholding her own truth, authenticity, and justice there. So this, in your current energy, could mean that you are seeking this, or that you are this energy at the moment, or that you are seeking a better blending of heart and mind. So you are seeking to look after your feelings and to not this could actually be a card of physical health as well. So it could be definitely an energy of looking to take care more of your physical well-being, and also doing it in a way that acknowledges your emotions too. So perhaps doing things like exercise and things like that you enjoy, okay? But not doing too much, not doing it too excessively. Let's look at the row of what you may not be aware of, which is that next row here. So it seems, what I'm gathering from this is that you may not be aware of how much your thoughts impact your physical body. Which is why, you know, there can be a call for the Temperance. Directly under the Temperance card, we have the Ten of Swords. So that's really an encouragement to pull back on the excessive thinking. Although if you are in a state of exhaustion and you've had enough, it can mean, right next to the Ten of Swords, we have the Hermit. So it may mean, and you may not be aware of this, but sometimes when you get to exhaustion, it does mean that you need to take some time out and, you know, go within. Yeah, and to just tend to this light of your soul and the staff of your spirit here. Okay. Tend to those things. In the Temperance card, we also have the light. We have the like a radiant, which is the sun here, but it's very similar to the glow in the lamp here. So Temperance is about looking after this, and the Hermit is actually almost taking time to be with that and just that. To just contemplate it, perhaps to reacquaint him or herself with that light of his soul. If you've been doing a lot of mental work, or even any type of work, whether that be through, you know, communication or technology or anything like that, and your whole mind, body, soul is feeling pretty kaput, it might mean that you have to slowly, one by one, remove all of these swords or the sources of that and go to a different environment, or go somewhere where you can consolidate, regenerate, just go back into the breath, go back into the body. The Hermit is placed directly under this card here. The Pentacles are not always about money and possessions. It can be about physical health, which is kind of what I'm getting from this now. So you can see how he's sort of very stationary. This Hermit's quite stationary as well. He's just holding on to what he's kind of got. The Hermit is on an inner mission. Okay, a little different. And this is another card that's directly on the other side, right next to the Hermit. Okay, the Seven of Swords. So this is sort of a card of, in the line of something you may not be aware of. Once again, it's sort of alluding to the forces that have either coerced you into behaving in risky ways, or the thoughts that are attracting you this way, yet you're required to move this way, or you are having to adopt strategies. All those things can detract from the physical well-being, but it may also be interpreted as you are going to have to literally steal some time, or make time, or even move yourself away. I mean, it would be better if you could put down the swords, put down all the dangerous, not dangerous, put down the thoughts that are potentially, you know, going to harm you, or all those situations and all those types of communications, and just really take some time out. Okay, you may have other interpretations for this as well. This is directly under the Queen of Swords. So it's almost like if this was one of the, so this is the ruler and this is one of her subjects. It could be that he's either behaving dishonorably, or he's utilizing a strategy in order to keep himself safe. So it might be that you have to come up with a strategy to move yourself so that you can move into a place of temperance and take some time out. Maybe that's probably it's a little more in line with the theme. So spirit guidance. We have the star here, which is Aquarius. This is your power card. And yeah. And with temperance, these two cards are very harmonious. This is a very harmonious card, or harmonious energy that currently, it's almost like you can perceive of that and you kind of know what you need to do, but it's a matter of putting the strategies in place. And this is another confirmation from Spirit to say, yes, you're on the right track. You do need to take care of your health and well-being, okay? This is connected with spirit, connected with nature, part of the cycles of things too, the giving and receiving, the reciprocity, the give and take, okay, of things. So that can mean that if you've been giving, and you haven't been receiving, right next to the star we have the Empress, which is the receptive, which is the taking in of more the things that are going to help you to feel abundant on the inside. Okay, and the Hierophant as well. And this might mean that you, if we're talking about your health and well-being, it could mean that you may need to consult a well-being professional. You might like to get some more information. You might even like to join a club or a sporting group or something like that. That can kind of get you, you know, this is Temperance, is about flow as well. Flow and healing. Okay, so if you're experiencing quite a stuck energy here, you're feeling physically stuck, then yeah, mixing with others and becoming part of something bigger than yourself can help you to activate again. Okay. And usually the 10 of any suit also usually signifies and indicates an excess or a potential for excess. And it can also signify a transition into another suit. So Swords, it might be either you wanting to transition more into, it's looking here like it would be the Suit of Cups, which is the emotions, because we have the Temperance here, and she's like, you know, she's pouring from the cups. And we also have the Star person down here with the jugs of water. So it's almost like this water energy that's wanting to come through. And that looks like water behind here as well. So it's sort of like, okay, we've done with the Swords, it's time to move into the water energy, which is actually confirmed again by the black up there, because black is actually this symbol of yin in the yin-yang Chinese Tao philosophy. Okay. Which is like feminine. So it could be a colour of earth or water. Okay. And the fact that you have a lot of water, well, you do have some earth as well. But I think given that this is your earth energy is sort of stuck, or your physical is stuck, I'm thinking that the water element would probably be the one that your 10 of Swords is suggesting you to move into. And of course the water element has to do with emotions, feelings, subconscious, intuition. It can be spirituality and creativity as well. Okay, so anything like that that's going to help you to, and what this is very apparent now. Yeah, the Hermit card is suggesting strongly that what you may not be aware of is that you're going to need to take some time out to identify some of those things that I just suggested and how you can bring those into your life. So we're talking emotional expression, perhaps emotional connections. We're talking maybe arts or crafts. We're talking spiritual activities, spiritual practice, and even anything like, you know, new age or healing type of thing. Even working with the element of water, maybe swimming. Spiritual, yeah, so intuitive. It might be that you want to do some meditation, mindfulness. You might even want to, you know, learn about tarot, astrology, anything like that. I mean, you could literally brainstorm a list. And if you're in a bit of a hermit phase, you could just take a week or two to just kind of go, well, I'm just going to, you know, just research a whole lot of things, and then just kind of hit on a couple that I sound interesting and I want to have a look into. And I'm shuffling the wrong deck here. We're going to be doing a galactic card now. Right, apologies. So just tuning into the light beings now, just seeing if there's a galactic collective that can help with this transition into the water element, which is what the cards seem to be indicating. To just move out of the stuckness. Okay. We have two, Vega and Sirius, coming full circle, and they're both, yeah. So the Vegans were an offshoot of the, no, sorry, that was the Lyrans they were offshoot of. The Sirians sort of originally came from Lyra, as did the Vegans. So let's just read self-discipline first, I think. 24, they literally just jumped out, anywho. So let's just grab this one. Okay, the profound nature of vegan mysticism came from their intense self-discipline. As an example, you see this now in martial arts or meditation practices. Spiritual skills do not develop without this discipline and devoted practice. Karmically, many humans now either resist discipline or crave it because of their ancient experiences. What is your pattern? Know that self-discipline is a vital part of spiritual growth, but too much of it creates rigidity. It is important to find the middle ground and use discipline as a tool to further your growth without it becoming a hindrance. Interesting. Self-discipline with temperance is what you need. And if you're feeling stuck, there may be some self-discipline. I mean, the Hermit is actually quite disciplined, believe it or not. Looks like he's not doing much. But, yeah, you can be experience disciplined kinds of focus as well. But it's kind of saying here it can lead to rigidity. I mean, this could even be, you know, a state of rigidity. There's some people who are extremely disciplined in things because they have to be so disciplined and so focused. It can sometimes flow into other areas of life where they also become rigid as well, where there needs to be flow, perhaps. So this might be about this self-discipline that is going to be needed to create a better awareness of where the self-discipline is needed and where it is not needed. And why is that? And, you know, I mean, all of these, if you're in hermit phase, this is front and center of your reading. So it's a strong indication of going inward, air signs, to just really help you sort out what's, you know, you might need some self-discipline to kind of get moving and get things activating and to move out of this. It's going to take self-discipline because that can be a state of exhaustion and it can make you feel like you don't want to do anything. This is where the water element comes in. But let's just look at coming full circle on Sirius here. Okay. In the ancient days, the Sirians placed codes within our DNA to help us evolve when the time was right. That time is now. Humankind is awakening, as the Sirians had hoped. Their task has come full circle. If you pull this card, then you have a connection to that ancient Sirian past, and because of humankind's awakening, you have recently completed a karmic pattern held for thousands of years. You may feel subtle energies of completion, or you may feel nothing at all. But if you have any guilt about things left undone in the ancient past, it is not necessary to hold that pattern any longer. So this here is an energy of completion, but I don't know about it feeling that subtle, but, you know, this could be what you're feeling, but on a subtle level, there is an a completion of a karmic cycle is what can be indicated too. I mean, take what resonates from any of this, okay? If whatever doesn't resonate, you know, don't take on, of course. Yeah, it's really just ideas for you to chew on, metaphorically, and to, yeah, just to see if it assists or prompts you to look into something that you may not have thought of that may be helpful. So let's look at that water energy. I'm really just going straight for my mermaid deck here. Right, the readings today have been a little bit longer than I was kind of planning for, but that's okay. Right, so Libra, Aquarius and Gemini, we're just looking now for some messages from Sirius and Vega. Many of us have been Sirians, and once again, those collectives there, you may have had incarnations on those collectives, in those collectives, or you may have associated with them in your past life galactic sojourns. And there may be collectives you like to research and look up too. The Sirians and the Vegans. Right, let's have a look here. Wow. That looks like the world card. Okay. So that is a card of, really, it's kind of my card of, I don't know, I kind of consider it as like the freedom and responsibility card. Because it's like, when we have that feeling of like the whole world is our oyster, it makes us feel free, doesn't it? But more often than not, what's giving us that feeling is a sense of either deep inner soul responsibility, or it's that in our external environment, our alignment has happened and we've been able to fulfill a role in the world that gives us fulfillment, which usually comes with some sort of responsibility. And with responsibility, I'm going to pop in the word discipline there. That kind of comes into it because you know, even for instance, say like an athlete, okay, they have to have self-discipline, but they also have, but what they do brings them a sense of freedom and joy, okay? And because it aligns with their soul, with who they are, they feel a deep sense of responsibility to do that, because their why for doing it is the ways in which it benefits themselves and others at the same time. Okay, so I think that is a suggestion to, when you're in hermit phase, think very closely about your values, your beliefs, what lights you up on the inside, what you enjoy doing. Could you see yourself doing that more and also helping others with that in some way, or utilising it in work, in helping others, perhaps, as a suggestion. And here we have Justice. Justice came out in the last reading. So here we have also in looking at this watery feel as well. So this is justice and weighing things up. And I mean, the Queen of Swords is quite a justice figure, or doing the right thing, or acting in alignment with your truth. And Temperance, I mean, there's a certain amount of, there is balance in Temperance for sure. Okay. So it's really, yeah, looking at it's actually probably a theme of outer life and inner life. The Temperance figure here has 2 cups. The Star figure has 2 jugs. And, yeah, the Hermit has his staff and his lamp. Okay. So, yeah, the scales here have 2 sides to the scales, of course. So, yeah, I mean, whatever resonates for you, it may be mind and body that you want to balance out. It might be, yeah, your physical life and your spiritual life, so the outer and inner, okay? And here we have the, well, this is not just a spiritual Page of Wands. This is embarking on a spiritual idea, spiritual quest. And the figure here, she's like pondering or looking at, it's almost like she can see it, but she needs to learn more about it, and she's wanting to explore that, look into that, develop her understanding of it more. And this just might be a contemplation on your own soul. Okay, some soul work. Look at the actually put them like this. Look at the hermit there. See how he's kind of got a lamp. This is like a lamp for her as well. I really like that. That's cool. And yeah, the tarot is not gender specific, so this could easily be, you know, female figure. And the Temperance card can easily be a male figure. Okay. As with the Star, this could be a naked man pouring water into the pond there. Right, and here we have, this is a great card to end on, we have the King of Swords. So this is the counterpart of here. But often the King of Swords, which is heir of air, this is, I mean, we could either say it's an excess of air, like too much thinking, but because this King is actually, it's like there's communication happening here. So if we look at this as a divine masculine and divine feminine aspects of yourself, it could be about, you know, communication, thoughts, ideas. This brings the heart into it. The Queen, though, it's probably a little more balanced than the King, but yeah, we might pull one more card just to see. But it's definitely got a Sword of Truth there, a Sword of Truth and Justice. So it's really like you deciding what works for you. Okay. Seven of Wands. Okay. So, you know, you might sort of feel like this at the moment. Like, you know, people, they're all kind of after you. Like, what are you doing here? Yada, yada. And you're probably like, how did I get here? Kind of thing, like in this state. And here we have it. This is the way out. We're coming into your power, the Queen of Wands. This is your spiritual. This is what the Hermit is on a spiritual quest. Okay. And this is also your Star and your Empress energy here. And your Temperance energy. Okay, so that's what you're moving into. Right, so it's a movement from perhaps stagnation or excess or perception of lack into a better balance of things. But you may need to take some time out because, yeah, you may be getting, feeling like you're coming to the end of a cycle and you might need to take some time out there with your Hermit, which is front and centre. Thank you very much for tuning in, and air signs, and I shall see you next time.